Good morning, Disco Queen. How are you doing today? So nice to see you. So we will start with the Shema. Shema Yisrael Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Good morning, Jay McGuffin. How are you doing? My class has started. 2 students have arrived so far, and there will be 3 more arriving today. And we're going on our first mushroom hike tomorrow. And we went dumpstering last night in the rain, and they did great. They did really great. Teaching students how to dumpster dive. That's what I do. They did really great. So my classes are going well. ואהבת את ענת אלוהיך ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודייך וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומייך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Listen, you who struggle with God. Yahweh, Eloheinu, Asher, Echad are one. All of the ideas are the same idea. All of the things are the same thing. All is one. And the serpent eats its tail. V'chaya. Ki v'chaya ve'elohecha el ha'arz asher nisba elavotecha le'avram li'yitzchak ol Yaakov לתת לך ערים גדולות וטובות אשר לא בנית ובתים מלאים כל טובה אשר לא מילאת ובורות הצווים אשר לא עשת כערים בזיתים אשר לא נתת והלכת ושבת ישמר לך ותשכח את יהוה אשר תשכח מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים. Good morning, used story. What are my pronouns? That time of the stream already. These are my pronouns. Most of you think I use she. Some of you think I use he. I like these people better. When Yahweh Eloheinu brings you into the land that he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to assign to you, great and flourishing cities that you did not build, houses full of all good things that you did not fill, hewn cisterns that you did not hew, vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant. And you at your fill, take heed that you did not forget Yahweh, who freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. Yes, I am Jewish. What does it mean, the serpent eating its tail? Yes, indeed. Well, A long time ago, a people who went by the name of Israel stole some land from a people who went by the name of Philistine. And then, sometime after that, a people who went by the name of Babylon stole the same land from the people who went by the name of Israel. And then it went on. Some people by the name of Persia stole the land from the people by the name of Babylon. And then a man named Alexander took it from the Persians. So it goes. So it goes. Like a serpent eating its tail, one nation creates the next, creates the next. And so when you find yourself on stolen land, as all of you have, and you look around and you see all the things that you did not build, that were stolen from others, taken without their consent, just remember that what is stolen can be stolen again. That's the meaning of the snake today. And also, all is one. It's all the same. The occupier and the occupied, they are all one. I don't know what it means. What do you all think it means? Y'all have heard me say these words, what, 24 times now, some of you? More? Like, I say the same thing every day. What does it mean to you? Good morning, Danny girl. Yes, I have it on my hand, because the prayer literally says, bind them as a symbol on your hand and let them serve as a sign on your forehead. Let me show you something. This is not something that I've ever brought out on the stream, because I don't actually feel... come on. Okay. I don't actually feel comfortable using them. So this is a bag that my grandmother made. And inside it contains more prayer shawls. Thank you, Clown Planet. More prayer shawls, larger prayer shawls that were my grandfather's. And then also this to fill in. So they're squares. This is wrapped with electrical tape, very much like my grandfather to do. And then here is this square. The square has a Hebrew shin on it. And inside this is a box. And there's two of them. Inside this box here contains the words that I say every day. Ve'ahavta et anat Elohecha. The square contains the Shema and the Ve'ahavta. This prayer, the prayer that I say every morning. And the square contains it, and so this verse, ואהבת את ענת אלוהיך ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודייך וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך שיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך לטוטפות and mezuzot. So this is לטוטפות. This here is mezuzot, right? There are prayer shawls, prayer scrolls inside here that say the words that I just repeated. And the meaning of the words that I just repeated is, repeat me. So that's what it is, right? The prayer that repeats itself forever and ever. I don't know how many times my grandfather wore these, saying those words. Thousands. Tens of thousands. So, that's a little bit more. These objects, they're supposed to be worn on the head, right? So the prayer, bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. That's what these are, right? One goes on your left hand, and one goes on your forehead. And I don't put them on because they're an extremely masculine object, right? Like literally a horn coming out of your head. Yes, now I'm doing the same. And I don't... Putting these on is... It's a very charged ritual. I've only put this on a handful of times in my life, and I'm not yet prepared to do it on live stream. But I will one day. One day. Yes, indeed, Cloud Planet. We are all connected. You'd love to see it, Allison. Okay. You're very welcome, Coven. You're very welcome. I'm very glad you're here. But, so the thing is that praying to Yahweh is very fraught, right? Like, Yahweh's a scary-ass character. And, like, so I have this prayer, like, hey, listen, Yahweh and Asherah and Eloheinu, they're all one. But still praying to Yahweh is fraught, because Yahweh is the Lord of trauma. So I have to balance it. And, so I have these two prayers that are said by Orthodox Jews in a way that I don't truly understand the context. I can't, because I don't speak the language. I'm not from that culture. But I know that many Orthodox Jewish men say the following words when they wake up. They say, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Baruch atah Adonai. What's going on? Baruch atah Yahweh, Eloheinu melech haolam, shelo ashani isha. Praise are you, God, Lord of the universe, who did not make me a woman. And so I have to repeat that one too, because he didn't. And then, Baruch atah Asherah, Anat Malecha Ha'olam, Asher Yitzaret Ha'adam B'chachama U'vara. Oh, I repeat the name of Asherah Anat, who made me with many openings and cavities. Like that the Talmud supersedes Yahweh's word? What do you mean? The Talmud supersedes Yahweh's word. That is not a kind of theology that I've ever heard. I think that actually runs counter to most of my understanding of Yahweh's nature. But there could very well be an interpretation, a Kabbalistic interpretation like that. Like, I could believe that. Hello, Ace. Thank you, Loafer. Thank you so much. Modern day Judaism claims this. Yes, it's interesting. Like, I don't engage much with modern day Judaism, culturally, actually. Like, my engagement with Judaism is with ancient Judaism, more so even than Orthodox Judaism. Like, we don't know what ancient Judaism looked like, because it wasn't quite Judaism yet. And I pay attention there, because I think that informs what modern day Judaism is so intensely. But there's quite a lot of theological debates about, whether the Torah can supersede the word of Yahweh, or whether the Torah is the word of Yahweh, or whether the Talmud can supersede the Torah. All of these kinds of debates, all of these kinds of debates, they happen. I don't necessarily have the patience for them, because what I care about is the root. Here. Right? So that's why I pay attention to Asherah. Right? Because Yahweh had a wife once. You hear it was quite communal and anarchistic. Ancient Judaism. I mean, maybe. There are lots of things that we would like to believe about ancient Judaism, and very little evidence for any of it. All the stories that I tell you are just that. They're stories. They're not necessarily backed up by the most rigorous archaeology. I'm not an archaeologist. Modern day Judaism is contradictory to ancient Judaism. I believe so. Yes, I believe there was a deep schism, a very, very deep schism in the tradition that we are only just beginning to understand. Yeah. The schism came around at this time. Thank you. The schism in the religion came around at this time when there was a schism in the people, when the Babylonians came and destroyed everything. Then the cult of Yahweh reached a kind of prominence. It is a lot of forehead, Carlos. That's true. It's just true. It's a lot of forehead. Big brain in here. How do I stay so calm? I think about my forehead. The Babylonians came and they killed everyone, right? Like, genocide. And then all of the other gods were killed too in that moment. Asherah stopped being worshipped. Whatever last vestige of the Asherah tradition was destroyed. And before that it was a different tradition. Good morning, Porcelain Daisy, good morning. So, there's this song about Babylon, and it goes: I came upon a wedding that old families had contrived, with Bethlehem the bridegroom and Babylon the bride. Oh, great Babylon was trembling, and she stood there naked with me. And Bethlehem inflamed us both like the shy one at some orgy. And when we fell together, all our flesh was like a veil that we had to draw aside to see the serpent eat its tail. Oh. Some women wait for Jesus, and some we wait for Cain. So I'll hang upon my altar, and I'll hoist my axe again. I'll take the one who finds me back to where it all began, back when Jesus was the honeymoon, and Cain was just a man. And we'll read from pleasant Bibles that are bound in blood and skin, that Asherah is gathering all her children back again. Thank you, Ice. You rejected modern Judaism and became Orthodox because Zionism is better than globalism project. Clown Planet, I don't quite understand you. That first sentence I find very interesting. You rejected modern Judaism and became Orthodox. I'd love to hear more about that. But I'm not sure what you are claiming about Zionism and globalism, or what globalism actually is as an ideology. But if you would like to tell me, I would be very curious. Good morning, Porcelain Daisy. Allison, you have a big forehead too. So those are sad songs. You're gonna head to sleep. Have a blessed day. How are my students? My students are great. They're real troopers. They went dumpster diving in the rain. They did so good. They did so fucking good. Yeah, they did really good. So we're gonna shift gears now and do some Sanskrit, because it's pretty. Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam Kapita Jambupala Sarabakshitam Ummasitam Sakabina Sakaranam Mahamim Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam Sadananam Kunkumaraktavarnam Mahamatim Divya Mayuravahanam Ridasyasinam Surasananatam Guham Sadanam Saranam Prapadye Yaku Hendutu Saraharatavala Yasubravasvarita Yavina Varanda Manditakara Yasveta Padmasana Yabramachuta Sankara Pratrapi Devasa Pujita Samampatu Saraswati Bhagavati Nihe Sajadyapaha Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nisparanchaya Santaya Shishivanandaya Te Namaha Shivishnudevanandaya Te Namaha Om Sarva Mangla Manglaye Shive Savarta Sadike Saranye Chayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute Om Thank you, Iceland, for repeating that statement over and over again. Truly, thank you. Zionism, we must protect our land only and protect our small community. I see. Yes, Zionism is quite a solipsistic ideology. And you are... That's really interesting. Do you live in Israel? Jayambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushe Vardhanam Orva Rukami Bhavandanan Mrityur Mukshiyam Amritatom Jayambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushe Vardhanam Orva Rukami Bhavandanan Mrityur Mukshiyam Amritatom Sarvesham Svastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santi Niramaya Sarve Bhajani Pashantu Makashid Dukabhagbhave Asatoma Satyamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurmam Mritam Gamaya Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishate Om Shanti 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 Om Peace Peace Peace. So I do research in Palestine, Clown Commune. Clown Planet, sorry. Coven Commune and Clown Planet. Your usernames, they're great. I do research in Palestine. In Bethlehem, mostly. If you don't mind sharing, what part of Israel do you live in? The north, the south? So, that text was called the I can never pronounce it. Mahamrityunjaya Mantra. Mahamrityunjaya Mantra. And the meaning of those last words. That outer world is full. This inner world is also full. From fullness comes fullness. Taking full from full, fullness remains. Om, peace, peace, peace. All is one. So, Clown Planet, do you appreciate the local centered nature of Zionism? Is that something that draws you to it? That it says the only thing you need to focus on is your people. This land here. And the rest of the world doesn't matter so much, and we can just be here, together. Just right here. I can see the value in that. You don't get it, Trump forever? Well, it's not for you. I don't want to pray to my maker, no. I just want to be what I see. Not just who I am, but the pink in golden land and that wide, wild sky over me. Help me to the sun. Hey, I'm looking everywhere. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray. Pray. And it's not much good to talk, better to walk it. Ooh, not much good to take, better to give. We are done, forgiven and forgotten of our sins, and I promise you, my friends, all that dies will live again. So, what happened there? Pardon, God and Mom, what I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray. We don't want to pray. Pray. Love Allah, Allah made love. And Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher, made good. And Anat, Anat made bad. Eloheinu made love. And Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. And love Allah. God made, God made, God made. But I don't want to pray to my maker. I just want to be feeling free. Not like in a book, or the leaves of trees that shook from a word that means only not a thing. No, no. Pardon, God and Mom. What I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray. Pray. I love Allah, Allah made love. And Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher made good. And Anat, Anat made bad. Eloheinu made love. And Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. I love Allah. God made, God made, God made me. Except it's a lie, you know. None of those gods exist. I made me. You all are making me right now. Through this interaction, you help me make this image. It's quite an image. Good morning, Taylor. Good morning, Miguela. So many wonderful people have arrived. Clown Planet. You did write a response, and I did read it, and there was quite a lot of jargon. Red Planet, the Bolsheviks, the communists, groups. It's hard to know exactly who you are referring to when you use those labels, and that's largely just because I don't speak the same language as you. And I imagine that if you did some work translating, we might be able to speak a similar language. But I didn't actually understand what it meant, so I didn't respond. But it was thoughtful. Certainly. Good morning, Flat Dogon. My positivity is inspiring. Well, thank you. We're going to conclude this mantra portion of the stream with arati. The word arati in Sanskrit means flame. And so we will return again and again to this tiny flame as we repeat different names, different concepts for the serpent which eats its tail, for the all one thing. TikTok only allows 2 sentences. You have to crutch a lot in a little. It's true. Well, if you like, you can join my Discord server, and we can chat on there about those sort of things. We can chat more at length. There's a link to my Discord server in my bio. There's some good conversations on there. Jaya Jayarati Vina Vinayaka Vina Vinayaka Shri Ganesha Jaya Jayarati Subramanya Subramanya Kartikeya Jaya Jayarati Venugopala Venugopala Venuola Papa Vidura Navanita Chora Jaya Jayarati Venkanta Ramana Venkanta Ramana Bhavani Sankara Samba Sadashiva Uma Maheshwara Jaya Jayarati Venkanta Ramana Venkanta Ramana Sankhatarana Sitarama Radhe Shama Jaya Jayarati Gauri Manohara Gauri Manohara Bhavani Sankara Samba Sadashiva Uma Maheshwara Jaya Jayarati Raja Rajeshwari Raja Rajeshwari Tripura Sundari Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Mahashakti Jaya Jayarati Anjaneya Anjaneya Hanumanta Jaya Jayarati Dattatreya Dattatreya Trimutraya Vatara Jaya Jayarati Adityaya Adityaya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jayarati Sanistaraya Sanistaraya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jayarati Sankaracharya Sankaracharya Advaita Guravi Jaya Jayarati Sadgurunata Sadgurunata Shivananda Jaya Jayarati Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Jaya Jayarati Agastya Munaye Agastya Munaye Shriyama Priyaye Jaya Jayarati Ayapa Swamine Ayapa Swamine Dharma Shastave Jaya Jayarati Jesus Gurave Moses Gurave Buddha Gurave Jaya Jayarati Muhammad Gurave Guru Nanak Gurave Samastya Guru Bho Namaha Jaya Jayarati Venugopala Natatra Suyobati Natandra Karatam Nima Vidyobati Kutoyamagni Twameva Bantamavandi Sarvam Tasya Vasya Samitam Vivanti Om Gange Kayamani Kaiva Govari Saraswati Narmade Sirikaveri Namastitam Namo Namaha. Tvameva mata, chapita tvameva, tvameva mandisha saka tvameva, tvameva vidya, travinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama diva diva. Kayena vacha manasendriyarva, buddhyatmanava prakriti sabhavad, karomi adyad mangalam parasmahi, narayana hiti sarmarpayami. Sarvadharmam pravichayam amikam savarnam vraja, aham sva sarva papayo mokshayami masucha. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, my nature, my intellect, or my emotions, all these, I dedicate to you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It's really nice to see you again fight all day. So, we will now conclude. Come in.
Oh, good. Good. We've got multiple stuff going on.
What's going on?
Thing I want you to address is Drew just arrived here.
Okay.
And they're trying to wander all over the place and everything else. I'm telling them to stay put till one of the organizers gets there.
Okay.
The other thing apparently is I would have got Jules involved, but Jules' car is stuck up at Calvasia.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so you'll be there in a minute?
I will be there when I am done.
All right, well.
Thank you. So, we will conclude. That's a little authentic slice of commune life for you. So, my students went dumpster diving. And the person who was driving the car drove the car up and it got stuck because it was muddy. And so the car is stuck and we have to unstick it. And one of my students arrived. And Jules is not there to greet them, and I'm not there to greet them because I'm here. I am a little stressed. That was a little stressful, yeah. Yeah, that was kind of rude. People. Do you know how many people I'm communicating with right now, all at once? There's people out there, there's people there. So, some are stressed. But it's going to be fine. It's just going to be fine. So we will conclude with a Kaddish for all of those people. One second. We're going to conclude with a Kaddish for all of those people who died yesterday of coronavirus, and for all those other sources of death and injustice that have plagued the living since our lineage began, and that will continue to plague us until all life is done, whenever that may be. And for the last 2,500 years, my ancestors have been saying something like the following words in response to death. Yidgadal vidgadash shemei rabba. Bioma divrachute viamlich malchute. V'chayachon v'yomachon v'chayidikol be Israel. Pagalau bisman karif vimru. Amin. Yehe shemei rabba mivarach li'alam omei omaya. Yidbarach v'ishtabach v'idbar v'irman v'itnaseh. V'itadar v'itale v'talal shemei de kudasha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tishbichata v'nechemata. Tiamiran bioma vimru. Amin. Yehe shlamar rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'yachol Yisrael vimru. Amin. Oseh shalom v'mirmav. Huya aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yachol Yisrael vimru. Amin. Oseh shalom v'mirmav. Huya aseh shalom aleinu v'yachol Yisrael vimru. Vimru. Amin. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. I have to go deal with several minor crises. I will let you know how it goes tomorrow. It's going to go fine. So I hope I will see many of you here tomorrow. And, yeah. Have a really lovely day. Bye, Taylor.
Did you notice how